Hi, welcome to another episode of PSLE Science Made Simple. I'm Chen Hong and I'm a PSLE Science Specialist here at the Pique Lab. In this video, I'll be analysing a past year examination question on the topic of man's impact on the environment. I've also prepared this question for you to download for free by clicking a link in the description box below. So, let's get started. Alright, let's look at question 10. The diagram below shows a part of a river that flows downstream. Both the boatyard and the street hawker discharges waste into the river. So over here you have this diagram, and over here you see 3 points, right? Points A, B, and C. So what does it mean for the river to flow downstream? Does a river flow from A to C or from C to A? From this arrow, we can see that the river flows from A to C. And the question also gives you two places, boatyard and street hawkers. Where is the boatyard and street hawker? We can see that the boatyard is here and the street hawker is here. And the question tells you that they both discharge waste into the river, which means that they will throw their trash all into the river. And you think about it, if you throw your trash into the river, what is going to happen to the river? The river will become dirty. Okay, or in other words, as per what we learned in man's impact on the environment, the river will become polluted. Okay, with this information given, you need to find out which of the following statements are definitely true. And when you read the statements, you need to find out which of the points of the river is, let's say, least polluted or more polluted. So how do we do that using the question? Many of y'all will just use your mind to imagine the river, or y'all will use your eyes to see. Okay, and this results in a lot of careless mistakes. So what do I ask my students to do? I'll get them to take out highlighters. Everyone, can you take out highlighters of 2 colors? And in this video, I'm going to use red color for boatyard, orange color for street hawkers. And these colors represents the waste that's discharged from boatyard and street hawker respectively. So let's look at the boatyard first with your first color, in my case, red color. Okay, when the boatyard discharges waste into the river, we know that river becomes more dirty. Let's color the river over here where waste is discharged. And when the river flows downstream, do you think the waste will just remain in place as per what I have highlighted? No, right? What will happen to the waste that's discharged? The waste will eventually flow downstream. Okay, so we are going to highlight the waste from the boatyard downstream, all the way. Okay, then next we will focus on street hawkers. Okay, again, street hawkers, I say again, I will use orange color, and street hawkers will discharge their waste, okay, probably over here first. And we know that the river flows downstream, so the street hawkers' waste will also go downstream. Alright, this is how we can visualize better with a highlighter. After annotating this, then you are ready to answer the question. Let's look at statement A first. Statement A says that river at point A is the least polluted. So where is point A in the diagram? Point A is over here, right? So you need to find out whether it's least polluted. When the river is polluted, will the river be highlighted or not highlighted? The river will be highlighted, correct? So in this case, look at point A. Is point A highlighted at all? No, point A is not highlighted at all. What does this tell you? Is point A the most or the least polluted? Point A is the least polluted. In fact, it's not even polluted by the boatyard and street hawkers at all. Okay, so we can put a tick for statement A. Then next, we can look at statement B, whose focus is on river at point C first. Okay, where is point C in the diagram? Point C is over here. And it said that point C is more polluted than point B. And where is point B in the diagram? Point B is over here. So we need to figure out who is more polluted, and to do this, you can use the colors of the highlighter to help you. Look at point B on your screen first, okay, in this video. Point B is only polluted by who? We can see that point B is only polluted by the boatyard, okay? In this case, I'll put BY as boatyard because you only see red color, which is waste from the boatyard. However, look at point C. How many colors do you see in point C? Okay, not only do you see red, which is from the boatyard, but you also see orange color that's mixed together, correct? And this orange color is from which part of the diagram? It's from the street hawkers, right? So over here, not only is point C polluted by boatyard, it's also polluted by the street hawkers. Which means to say that if you compare points B and C, who is more polluted now? You can tell me that point C is more polluted, correct? Because it contains waste not only from one place like point B, it contains waste from two places, okay, from boatyard and street hawker. Which means, is statement B correct? Yes, statement B is correct. C is more polluted than point B. Then we can put a tick over here. Let's go to statement C. Statement C says that the source of pollution at point C comes from the activities of the street hawkers only. So again, we are focusing on point C at this point. Does the source of pollution for point C only come from the street hawker? No, right? According to our annotation, not only does the pollution come from street hawker, it also comes from the boatyard. So is statement C correct? No, statement C is wrong already. We cannot only say that it's from street hawker, it is also from the boatyard. Last but not least, the activities from the street hawkers polluted the river more than the activities from the boatyard. Now, how do we tell whether something pollutes the river more? It is when they discharge more or less waste. It is when they discharge more waste, correct? From the diagram, can you tell whether the boatyard or the street hawker discharged more waste? Do you know how much waste is discharged by the boatyard? You don't know, correct? Similarly, do you know how much waste is discharged by the street hawker? You also don't know. So when we look at statement D, do we know whether the street hawker will pollute the river more than the boatyard? We do not know whether the street hawker will pollute the river more than the boatyard. You simply don't have enough information. Okay, so to select statements that are definitely true, what am I looking out for? Am I looking out for the ticks or the cross? I'm looking out for the ticks, which exists in which statements? From here, we can see that it exists in statement A and B, which gives us our correct option to be option number 1. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you found this video useful, do give us a thumbs up. If you would like to check out more videos by us, do click on the links on the right hand side. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye!